not made in China. That's exactly what this is. The IROAD Dashcam made in Korea being reviewed on rTech. Welcome back to rTech. Let's have a look at how good this is. So this isn't a paid review, and this particular device was actually purchased by one of my friends, and I just got lucky to get it from him to do a quick short review of this. So we'll have a look at how the quality is of this particular device, and it's a pretty expensive gadget. If you go to IROAD, the website, which I'll leave a link in the description below, you'll see that they have a couple of options for different varieties of dash cams they have. This one's called the X9, and it's pretty expensive. It's close to, I think, 19k INR. So they're pretty expensive devices. So we'll just have a look at how good these things are on actual use. So this is the packaging I got. It's called IROAD. It's pretty well packaged. They do deliver the device directly to your doorstep from the company. Okay, that's the actual packaging inside. And this one says IROAD. I just have to also mention that this is a dual dash cam, and you can see some made in Korea branding at the bottom, J1 on the left. A pretty sleek and good looking device. This one's the X9. It's a 2-channel dash cam, which means you can record front and back with 2 different cameras. And this one's also capable of full HD recording. I expected 4K, but yeah, full HD is fine for a car dash cam. So a lot of stuff written in Korean here. And this one's the full HD model. They've given some details about where it's made, and it's definitely not made in China for sure. So here are some of the things which it has. It's full HD compatible. It's got an A7 core processor, SONY STARVIS sensor and Exmor sensor. And at the back it's given some details of their website, so you can check them out. And also has some details about Wi-Fi configuration. Tells you that it's compatible with Android and iOS. So pretty good stuff. So inside the box you have very neat packaging. A global warranty card, which is right at the top, and this looks like a very nicely built product. I mean, you can see the way it's packaged. It's not like your typical Chinese stuff, and the warranty card itself looks premium with a nice hologram there, so that's nice. It definitely makes you feel that you're owning something premium, so that's a start. Okay, there's a quick start guide and some warranty information inside this booklet, and it's a very comprehensive, colorful document book. So it has everything inside it in case you want to have this installed. There's a box over here. I'm guessing these are the fitment and other accessories that you need to power this thing on. Very neatly packaged. It just looks like a premium mobile phone which you kind of open up. That is the stuff. This is a GPS antenna, by the way. Again, it has the IROAD branding on it. This plugs into your device. It can track your GPS location. So here are a bunch of cables here, which are basically going to connect this device to the power supply. So this one looks like it's a connector for your rear camera. It's a micro USB connection. Let's set that aside. We also have some stickers. So again, this looks like one of those dash cams which you have to permanently stick to your glass. So it's not removable with a vacuum plug. So this is the power supply for the actual device. Just putting these things together. And here is how the camera actually looks inside. So I'm guessing that's the main dash cam inside as well as the rear camera. Picking up the main camera, and this is a compact device. I didn't realize this doesn't have an actual screen to play back, so that makes it even more smaller inside your car. So that's the main camera unit there, and this is the mounting holders at the back of it. So it looks like it's got a nice blue strip there which could illuminate, not too sure. And there are some buttons at the back, premium quality, and this also has a light here which talks about GPS and recording capability. I'm guessing these things will flash if you have these enabled. At the back you have the micro SD card slot, well protected. That's the GPS antenna, 3.5mm jack, rear camera, fixture, and your DC in. The DC in for this one is different. It's got a circular plug, unlike other dash cams which have micro or mini USB cable. Pulling out the rear camera, again it's got a glue pad, which means it's going to stick to your rear windscreen, and you're not going to be able to remove this off. When I say remove it off, you can disconnect the camera, but you cannot pull it off and clean up the glass in case you want to. So these are the two main units here, and you'll notice on the left side of the main unit there's a small Wi-Fi plug for your Wi-Fi to work. Something below, okay, this is additionally provided, so there's a 256 GB card. In case you pay extra, you get a memory card along with this device. So this one supports up to 256 GB, so that's really great. So this is how the glue pad sticks on to this removable unit. So when you want to give your car for service, you can just slide it off and take it off. So you can actually rotate the camera module as well to adjust the device to make sure that it's actually displaying the right stuff you want outside the windscreen. And this is the Wi-Fi plug at the side. So I'm guessing this is done so that, you know, the cheaper devices may not get the Wi-Fi chipset port, which lets you plug in a Wi-Fi dongle. Alright, so very good looking device. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. I'll leave links in the description in case you want to pick up one of these. I really like the way this looks. Very compact dash cam and something really different. So the connector is different, as I mentioned. It's got a circular plug, and unfortunately this doesn't go to a cigarette lighter socket. So it's designed differently. You're supposed to connect it directly to your battery terminals, so just remember that. So the DC plug is different for this particular dash cam. That's how big the sensor looks. The SONY STARVIS sensor. GPS antenna, again made in Korea. It's got a 3M sticker on it. You can stick this somewhere at the surface of your windshield. I'm just showing you how the app is installed here, so it's pretty easy to get this. So if you open the app, you can actually connect it to your dash camera once the Wi-Fi is on. This dashcam is built in with basic ADAS systems, basically your advanced driver assistance system. So this will be set up using your mobile phone once it's connected. So once you connect it, you also know that this doesn't have a screen. So you'll have to use your mobile device to set the whole thing up. So kind of lets you set up the device. And also this helps you kind of place it correctly and ensures that you're monitoring the road right. So again, the green line and the blue line here, which kind of tells you to set it up according to the vehicle you have. So the green line helps you match the end of the road. The blue line basically is set up for centering the vehicle hood. And the ADAS will be set up. So you can actually get the live rear and the front camera view as well. And you also have a lot of options on the app. Basically lets you see your recording list. As with most of the modern dash cams that connect with your mobile, you can actually see your footage. You can also manually start recording stuff. And there's also an emergency writing. Basically avoids rewriting any of your footage which you feel is important. And the different recording types, as you can see here, based on the kind of activity it senses. So clicking on any one of these particular files lets you play those videos on your phone directly. So you can also download the videos to your mobile device, and you can probably take a clip or a photograph of the same using a screenshot option. You also have GPS information. So this will work only if your antenna is connected and kind of lets you see stuff from the GPS antenna in terms of position. Let's also explore some of the other settings which you can use here. So typical settings. You also have a factory reset. So camera settings. Now obviously here you can adjust the resolution you wanted to record in, and you also have different options. So different settings. I mean, you'll have to actually use it to actually know how good it suits you. So normal, I think 30 FPS is what people generally use, but if you want it slow down to 20 frames per second, you could do that, but leaving it as 30 is always better. So this particular camera, the X9 model, records in Full HD only. So the menu here is actually talking about cameras that can do QHD or higher resolutions than that. Like I mentioned, 30 is like a good standard to have your frame rates at. You also have night vision options, and the LEDs which help you see better in the night, basically IR LEDs, will be activated if you use that. Since this can be connected directly to a battery, it kind of does parking monitoring, and it's good to have the timelines set so that you get accurate timelines of whatever accident has happened or whatever incident has happened. Also has a microphone built in, so it can kind of have you adjust the volumes of that. There's a voice guidance as well, and in case there's an event, there's a small buzzer. So ADAS settings. So depending on the model you have, different capabilities come up. So you have the ADAS, of course. The lane departure warning system can be activated or deactivated here. Based on the speed, you can set all of the things here in this display. And you can also set the sensitivity of these sensors that you have. Of course, you have the event settings, basically parking recording, impact recording, the sensors, sensitivity, everything can be set here. This makes it a lot easier to do it on your mobile device compared to the device directly, because if you've seen the menu on dashcams, it's really difficult to operate it. If it's in your hands, it's a different thing, but if you have to do it on a windscreen, it's really difficult and quite frustrating. So having a mobile phone in your hand and doing these settings kind of makes it such a gem, honestly. So make sure that you save all your settings, and it also kind of has a system settings that lets you do some other stuff like protecting your battery and adding your number plates, and also lets you check your firmware. So low battery protection, which is amazing. I mean, you can actually set up the voltage at which you want this to stop using your battery power. So that's really nice. I've never seen that recently. So this is really nice stuff. So when the voltage is going down, it will automatically kind of stop using the power from your battery. So there's a security LED high temperature shutdown. So in case it's overloading or there's a lot of sunlight and it's recording, it can shut it off automatically. And the override option, basically all dash cams override data when they reach the maximum capacity. So there's a GPS speed display. You would have seen this in some of my old dashcam videos. It will also show you the speed based on the GPS recording. Save all your settings and you're good to go. So once you restart, it's all set up and everything is good to go. Now, quality of the camera is something which I could be a little critical about, and this is the footage I got on a highway drive which my friend sent to me. And this is again full HD recording. You can see it's all mentioned here. You can see the speed based on the GPS antenna, and there seems to be some sort of an issue with the dynamic range, right? You can see the sky is blown out completely white. There's a car moving in the front. I just wanted to see how clearly I can see the number plate in case I stop it, and I just slow down the footage. You can barely see the number, and I don't know. I mean, that's probably going to be fixed by some firmware updates. This is the rear camera. Again, I slowed it down just to see if I can see the numbers easily. Again, it was a little bit difficult. I mean, this is an expensive device, and I'm sure IROAD's going to fix this problem with a software update. Generally, I felt that a camera at this price range would be a little more clearer. It can handle the dynamic range a little well, but here I see that, sky is totally in two segments there. I mean, one part is just blown out fully white, and then I can see the blue sky on the right. The number plate wasn't really clearly visible on some of the cars and vehicles passing around. I felt that was something they can improve as well. But otherwise, the footage seems pretty okay. There's no shakes. It's pretty sturdy. So what about the night? Well, I think it's a similar issue. It's a problem with the dynamic range, because all the lights are actually getting muffled up very badly and they're getting mixed up. That makes it difficult for you to spot important things like number plates of vehicles. Same problem at night. The footage is okay. I mean, you pretty much get similar footage with cameras like these. Here again, I slowed down the footage just to see if I can see the number plate of that truck. It was difficult. So there's a lot of noise in the picture, as you can see. And the footage is okay. I mean, you can still use it if you want evidence for something. But then if you want to pick up the plates from any of this footage, it's going to be difficult. You'll have to play it again and again. You'll have to slow it down. You'll have to take screenshots and enhance it. And that's when you're going to use something like that. That car just passed by and I could barely see anything at the back of it. Forget about the number plate. So here, again, it's the morning footage. And it seems to be doing a decent job. It's just that you can't pick up important things like number plates easily from this camera. Footage wise, it's pretty usable. If you wanted to use it as an evidence of a nick or an accident, that should be good. But picking up clearer things, going to be a little difficult. So that's the review of the IROAD X9. Pretty expensive camera. Leave links in the description below. If you ask me to rate it, I would say about, on a scale of 1 to 10, I would give this a 6. Ease of use, yes. Could be better, definitely. So IROAD should definitely do something about that image quality and the dynamic range. So that's our review for the IROAD X9 camera. If you like the video, please hit the like button, share it with your friends. Links are in the description below in case you want to check them out. Please don't forget to subscribe. Once again, thank you so much for watching rTech. I shall see you on the next one. Bye.